Hi, Jagjot.
Hi,
Hello,
hi.
everyone.
Yes.
So
Tell me.
it
How
was
are
a
you?
beautiful
All
session.
good?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. Good. Thank you. So tell me.
Yeah. So lately, I I've realized something I wanted to share.
Beautiful.
Wow. Actually, when I was few years back, or a normal life would be like whenever I'm praying for something, I would be praying for okay, please at least give me this one, or I want this one or there was something in my prayer. But now, what is happening is whenever I am praying, maybe there are few wishes going on in my mind, but while praying, uh, they just don't come out.
Yes.
I just pray that I just pray that whatever you think is good for me,
Yeah.
just be it, and just give me the patience to sail through everything. I think somewhere the soul knows what it wants exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe the veil is there, but one knows from within that what it truly wants. It's not all the material stuff or all the kind of pleasures and everything the world offers. Somewhere it already knows that all these are not going to give me that peace
Yeah.
and that bliss if one has experienced it at least once,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
And one question I have for you. It's not a question; it's a request.
Yeah.
Can you please talk on free will and destined? Because somewhere what I shared now, somewhere I think that if the soul already knows what it wants, so maybe it's all predestined, like everything is on a simulation itself.
Yeah.
We just don't realize it till a point.
Yeah.
And when the soul actually learns, at least intellectually, and slowly it sips in. It takes time to
Yeah.
sip in, but ultimately it does,
Yeah.
slowly and gradually.
Yeah.
So is it all predestined and we just don't know it? So can you please talk on
Yes. So here's the thing that I can only give the concept. It is up to you whether it becomes your truth or not. And for me, um, it is not important whether it is true or false, you know, because I know what the mind is. Anytime you claim that a certain concept is truth, it will just try to find thousand ways of why it is not true. So, what happens in that process? It loses peace. So, why should I believe in a concept? Very simple. There is only one criteria for me is that it brings me peace. Now, I feel very strongly that everything is predestined. Everything, according to, just as Ramesh Balsekar said. Why? Not because I feel it is the truth, but because it simply dissolves the load of guilt and shame from my shoulders. And uh, I remember I was sitting in a cafe and talking to a friend of mine, and she was from Italy, and she was constantly speaking about her experience with her father, which was quite turbulent. And she said that I live in so much guilt that I could have done things differently in the past and have had a beautiful relationship with my father, and my life would have been very different. Because of my turbulent relationship with my father, my relationship with my partners was also shaky. And in that moment, this concept dawned to me that no, for your growth, now I'm just speaking of growth as a concept, for your spiritual growth or evolution, things had to be exactly the way they were meant to be. So that means at that moment, you had to have that turbulent relationship with your father, which led to your relationship problems, in your marriage or, relationships. But it was all a constant pointer to wholeness. And if you keep living with this idea that I could have done things differently in the past, you will never be able to let go of that guilt that you're carrying on your shoulders. But if you accept that, okay, it was meant to be the way universe had destined it for me, then you don't carry guilt or shame for so perceived personal actions. So it is again tied up with the concept of doership. Now, when we say that everything is God's will, what that means is that everything is predestined. It's the same thing actually, because when we are not the designer, when the designer or the creator is someone else, then it is but obvious that things will be predestined. In fact, we think that we are making a choice in the given moment, but the choice is already made for us. And as you said, there is a part that knows. Sometimes what happens is we are so desperate to have something in life, right? Money, it can be money or a relationship or anything. But a part of us knows that, you know, this will come with pain. Whatever we get, the best relationship in the world, job, money, career, whatever we want, it's going to come with the opposite. There is this deep knowing. Now, you can call it insight, you can call it intuition, the voice of intuition. Intuition is very subtle. Intuition and insight, I consider it the same. It does not operate in time. That means whenever your mind is so totally alert to a given situation that it has blocked out all all other information but is totally present in a given moment, the voice of intuition is heard like a lightning. But what happens is, for most of us, the mind comes up after that quite fast. Now, once you get carried away with the story of the mind, you've already lost your way, because mind will say, oh, should be like this, should be like that. Understanding is deep, it's not deep. It's just going to keep you. But intuition tells you what you are asked right now, whatever you are asking for, whatever you want, whatever you wish that things happen a certain way, may not give you the happiness that you think you'll get. So, intuition, or call it insight, or call it higher reasoning, whatever you want to call it is always at a higher level of consciousness. It is always the substratum. That knowing is always there. So, when this understanding becomes our nature, when it goes deep into our being, the nature of prayer changes. So, we slowly stop asking anything from God, because the moment we ask, what we are doing is we are, as Ramesh would say, usurping the subjectivity of the pure subject, claiming that I know better. For example, now this may sound really harsh and insensitive, but I have seen this, that let's say somebody is sick in the family. Now we pray. We say that it's our nature. We are compassionate human beings, so we'll naturally, it's but natural that the organism will pray because it can't see the suffering. But when there is deeper understanding, at that level there is no demand that from God, there is no asking from God to heal the other person or to remove their suffering. At that level, there is no separation because that is total surrender. And I know it can be very hard, but at that level, there is total surrender because you have complete faith in the Lord, in the universe, whatever you want to call it, that it is operating according to its will, and what is destined for a given human being will happen irrespective of what I want things to be. And this is one reason that when, you know, um, in Tiruvannamalai, a child was bitten by a snake, and the mother brought the child to Ramana Maharishi, and miraculously the boy survived. And uh, Ramana Maharishi very clearly said that there was no intention from me or no prayer from me to save the boy because he knew deep, deep down that what is destined is going to happen. Now, yes, from a certain perspective, this may sound insensitive, but from another perspective, it is immense freedom, because you're not bound, you're not creating that separation between yourself and God. So, when we say everything is will of God, if we truly understand that, then there will be no demand ever from God about for anything. Even if it's like the most difficult situation in life, there will be no demand, there will be no expectation, and it will bring out all emotions. It will bring out everything because the organism is designed in that way. It's compassionate. It is going to cry. It is going to, but everything will come from that understanding. So, yes, you're right that deep, deep down, we know things are not in our hand, in our control. And that is peace. That realization itself is peace, that things are not in my control. And thank God things are not in my control. Why should I take the load? You know? Well, when God didn't give me the freedom to choose if I want to come into this world or not, then what else am I worried about? Now that I'm here, I might as well just, you know, live moment to moment and enjoy every experience that life has to offer.
Thank you so much. This is just like to get to D,
Yeah.
one has to come to A first, and then to B, then to C, and then
Yeah.
ultimately it will lead to D.
Yeah. True. True.
Thank you so much.
Okay.